Hey guys, it's me, Sydney, and I'm making this video because I just got back from my Juarez trip into Juarez, Mexico, and a couple weeks ago we got back, and I had the greatest time ever, and it was so much fun. And I just want to thank you all for your donations and prayers. All of you who gave, I thank you so much because it means so much for me to be able to go and experience a trip like I did. And it was the best time with everybody that went and all the people that were at the VBSs that we were serving at. And I just appreciate all of you so much for like giving and being generous to me and praying for me while I was gone and all of that. You guys might be wondering what some of my highlights were, and I just want to tell you, I have so many highlights. Oh my gosh. There were so many different fun experiences that I got to experience, and it was so much fun to get to know the people there and get to know the people that went. Like, we had 13 people that went, around 13 people, and it was so much fun to get to talk with them and get to know them better. And you guys might be wondering what some of my highlights were. I had so many highlights. One of them was teaching the little 7 to 10-year-old kids how to speak in English, like their numbers and their colors and food, and like how to say all these different things in English. They were learning English just like I'm learning Spanish. So it's super fun. It's kind of different to see how they are learning our language when it just sounds so hard that we can't understand them either. So it's kind of funny to see how they're learning and how they say things when they can't really speak English very well. I made so many friends while I was there. I had little babies that were like 9 months old, and I have friends that were up to the age of 16, and they were just so much fun to hang out with. And I hopefully can go see them again next year, and I pray that I will be able to see them again because I miss them terribly and I just want to see them again. And I definitely think, yes, definitely one of my favorite parts was teaching the kids English, and it was super fun because of the language barrier. So um, it was also super fun to use the Spanish I learned and put it to good use while I was down there. Like, I said a lot of different things that I didn't think I'd remember, and it was super fun to just interact with them and carry on a decent conversation with them about like movies and food and colors and all sorts of stuff that we would, and like sports and things like that. Like, we would just carry on conversations and we talked to each other. And when we didn't understand each other, we just laugh at each other, and it was super funny because we just sit there and laugh for like a minute and a half after we were done with the conversation, and we didn't even remember what we talked about because we were just laughing so hard because we couldn't take each other seriously, and just because we couldn't understand each other. And it was super fun to try to interact with the people there and use the Spanish that I've learned to good use, even though I hadn't sat in a Spanish class for over 2 months, which is pretty cool. And now that I'm back in school and everything, I'm getting used to remembering all the Spanish that I've learned even more and using it on a regular basis. Another fun memory was just like every day we would sing and dance and play with all the kids, and we just become friends with each other and enjoy each other's company, and they appreciated so much that we were there just helping and serving, and they would serve right along with us. Like, we would be serving them food, and little 10-year-old girls would come and just serve because I guess down the culture down there, the women and the girls are like programmed to be servants, and they just want to help and doing everything they can to make everything easier for us, even though that's what we're trying to do for them. So that was really cool, and we jump rope for hours and hours and hours with the kids, and we would dance with them and sing with them. And some of the songs we would recognize because here in America we have like songs like Father Abraham and what's the other one? Salvation, the army one with like the infantry and flying and over the enemy and things like that. Um, we would we would recognize those songs, and we'd have so much fun just getting into them and dancing with them and playing with them. It was super fun. There were the parents there, I should say, had a bunch of kids usually. Like they had 3 kids, 4 kids, maybe even up to 6 kids. Like there were so many kids, and we would serve about 200 a day, 200 people a day, and we would just hang out with them, and the moms there would just hand their baby to you, and you wouldn't see them for over an hour, and you just wouldn't know where they were. So you'd be stuck with their baby, and their babies were so happy there, and they were just so cute, and they're like 9 months old, the ones that we had there. Um, they would they were like talking and crawling and like all sorts of things that were super cute, and we loved them, and they were just so sweet and happy all the time. But yeah, you wouldn't see the moms for like 2 hours, half an hour, 2 hours, and you'd be kind of concerned because they don't know us. They don't know us at all, and they're just handing their baby to us, and it was just really crazy. I was just like, whoa. Trust is very, like, it's valuable there, and they just trust us so much, which is really surprising. And, and, we would hang out with like the little 3-year-olds, and we'd go on the slides with them, and even though we couldn't fit on their slides, they had one little slide that was really like small for little toddlers, and we try to go down it, and they just laugh at us because we get stuck on it. It was super fun, and also our group that went, it was super fun to get to know each other as well, because most of us didn't know each other very well, and it was really nice to enjoy each other's company on the way up there and on the way back, and just try to get to know each other better. And we would um, we would um, we would just sit and talk all the time, and we just enjoy each other's company, and have conversations, and just yeah, it was so much fun getting to know one another. And now that we're back home, we can go interact with each other and get to know each other more now, and we can just be more comfortable with each other. You guys might be wondering what I learned, like what I took away from the trip spiritually, and there were a lot of things. Like worship there is super fun. They're super open with their worship and their church and everything. Like their church services, it's like a classroom interactive church, because there's like only 15 people in the room at each church, and they would interact with each other. Like the pastor would ask them questions, and they would answer, and he just call on a random person in the audience and just ask them a question about what they learned last week or whatever. It was super weird, but super cool at the same time. I was like, huh, we don't do that here. There's too many of us. And it was just super cool to see them interact with each other and how involved their members were. And also, one of the things that I took away was every night after VBS, after the evening VBSs, we would get together, sit in a circle with the pastors and the wives, and we would sit, and everybody was open to share what was on their heart, and whoever wanted to, they could. And there was this one lady, this one mom, and she was the mom of one of the babies I talked about a few minutes ago, and she talked about like what she was thankful for. But the first thing she said that really, it blew my mind. I was like, whoa. She said, first of all, I'd like to thank God for what you have. And I was shocked by that statement, because she could have been thanking God for whatever else she wanted, and she decided to thank God for what we have. She has a beautiful family and great kids and a husband that loves her, and she was thanking God for what we had before anything else. I was just realizing, like, that's the life I should be living, a humble and kind life, being thankful for what others have instead of what I have, and not being selfish with whatever I have. I just thought that was super crazy, and it's definitely something I'm gonna remember forever because it stuck out to me, and I'm definitely impacted by that. And I try now to live like that and be thankful for what other people have instead of thankful for what I have. Um, it was just cray cray. I was mind blown. I am sorry, but this video is gonna have to cut short because I don't have enough time in this video to explain everything that happened because there was so much, and there's just so much that I learned and what I took away. And if you want to know any more, you can come ask me and I will tell you, or you could text me or email my dad or go on Facebook Messenger or something, and I can talk to you and tell you more about it if you'd like to know more. Thank you again for all your donations and your prayers, and I am excited to tell more to you guys if you would like me to. Bye!